Coming at you live from the backyard. Loving Lacey, the podcast for the 360.
I like this atmosphere, man. This is nice.
Yeah, you know, the wife got to buy some stuff for summer. Keep the kids outside and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
It's an investment.
It is.
It's cozy, man. It's nice out here, too.
It's your boy B.
Kalvin, Cal.
Y'all know me. Lacey from Lacey is keeping the kids occupied so we can knock this out real quick. Mm-hmm. We're going to address the elephant in the room. Bro.
Okay. You want me to start?
Listen. So some of y'all seen the post. If y'all watch the episode after this live, you're going to see in the edits, I'm going to probably have a split screen the whole time so everybody watching knows specifically what we talking about. But yeah, go ahead, Kalvin. Tell them what message you received. You might as well just read it real quick, and then we'll get it in. We'll go in.
So, a close associate of mine that I've known for years sent me a message today, and let me see. Your boy Bilal owes me a QP for when he pulled a gun on me in the 8th grade. I haven't forgotten it. Traumatized me for years. If he's grown up and got some morals, he'd pay me back before I start commenting bullshit on his YouTube BS. I'm supportive of what you guys are doing, but I could be even more supportive if he would be a man about it and just pay me back. It ain't about the money. It's about growing up and being a man.
There's so many contradictory statements in this message. First of all, I want to address the fact that he didn't message me this message. He sent it to my cousin. Secondly, I want to address the fact that 8th grade, I would have been 13, 14, right around that, you know, that's 25 years ago.
Potentially even 12. But go ahead.
Go ahead. So bottom line is, it's a quarter century ago. And from that time to now, I've had multiple Facebook accounts. I've been easily accessible for many, many years, you know, and I just don't understand. Matter of fact, before we even get into that, that's hella obvious. I'm almost 40. So the other thing I want to address about this is the fact that you're talking about how when you were committing a crime, I committed a crime against you, and you want compensation. Or else. Mind you, so leads me to my next point. You're talking about morals and being a man, but this message implies extortion. Because you're basically saying, if I don't pay you back this money, that doesn't matter, because it's not about the money, that you're going to make comments on my YouTube page. I mean, I don't really understand how that's even a threat, but in the context of the message you sent, I guess you believe it's a threat. So therefore, in your intent, you are, what's the word?
Extortion, usury. It's in the Bible. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, so one thing I do want to do is I want to touch bases on something that is very serious, and that's trauma. The fact that you're saying the words traumatized when I guarantee since that day you didn't stop committing crimes. Like, I don't know your life, I don't know your history, but I'm willing to bet any amount of real money that you continue to commit crimes after the fact. So therefore, you're talking about being in the underworld, jumping in the game, and wanting some type of compensation. And yeah, that whole thing is then you're using the word traumatized in the same sentence as or else. It just doesn't sit right with me that you would exploit.
Contradictory.
Well, yeah, not only is it contradictory, it's offensive.
Okay.
You know, because I literally work with people who are dealing with real traumas. Not to say that yours isn't real, but the way that you have gone about this makes it seem a little...
Reduces the validity of.
Yeah, it turns it almost cartoonish. I mean, seriously. I deal with people on a daily basis. Their trauma is real. My trauma is real. You know, I'm not going back in time looking at all the Crips that jumped me and wanted compensation for hospitalizations that I had to deal with, or the fact that I've been jacked before. Like, these are the choices we made as consequences for the choices we made.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now that I'm making new choices, better choices, choices that don't only affect me in a positive way, they affect my family and they affect our community.
Okay.
This is when you decide 25 years later to make this announcement that you feel some kind of way deserving of compensation for being on the wrong end of an interaction in the criminal underworld. When we were 12, 13, 14 years old, we were children, literally children. Like, I don't even remember this particular incident, but the reason why I'm addressing it isn't because anything to do with you, honestly. It's to address the fact that trauma is real and it shouldn't be exploited or made fun of or put out there to be like some type of game. Like, this ain't a game, this ain't a fad, this ain't a scam. Kalvin believes in this, I believe in this, my wife believes in this, and like, we take it serious.
Very.
And we take our life serious. We take raising our kids serious. We take putting positive information out into the world and modeling being positive people and grown men and fathers, and we have experiences.
Right. And where I took offense, now again, let me reiterate, me and Dude are cool. We're cool, you know. I have no issues with Dude. I've known him for years. Me and his brother are cool. But so that's why I feel comfortable addressing this, because I know him and I are on a level to where I could say this to his face. But where I took offense was the apparent attack on what we're trying to do. This is for the community. This is for people who may need someone to reach out to. It's bigger than B, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than Lacey, it's bigger than the city of Lacey. What we're trying to do is help people. You know what I mean? And that's where I was a little bit offended by the whole situation. Again, me and Dude is cool. We've been cool for years. But that's where I was offended, my dude. You know what I mean? And also, I think it may have been received differently if you had reached out to B himself. And in those actions, it was a little bit distasteful. You know what I mean? It was
You are choosing your words wisely, brother.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And I see all the comments on there, all the smiling, laughing faces. Like, in a lot of ways, it's comical. It is. And it's unfortunate that trauma and comedy have to be in the same conversation.
Right.
But oftentimes it is.
Right.
In light of entertainment, you know, full disclosure, I'm amused by the audacity and the whole thing. It's just such a contradicting thing to say, you changing and you got morals now, and so you owe me for this QP when I was back then committing crimes and you committed a crime against me. Now, if you a man and you moral and you making all these changes, then you should pay me money, or else I'm gonna make crazy comments on your YouTube page. But I support what y'all are doing, and I'd be even more supportive if B would pay me some money.
That's where it got me.
I hope you're watching.
That's where it got me.
Listen to what you just said. Think about it. You need help? You could have just called me, brother. Straight up. I don't remember the incident. I don't remember you.
That's what you said when I first told you.
And I apologize for how you're feeling, but how you went about it is unacceptable. I do not respect that.
It takes a big man to apologize for that. I didn't know that was going to come out of your mouth. That's huge, man.
I'm addressing the core. Just
Right.
because he poorly executed his delivery
The actions,
in seeking that acknowledgement. I went to victims awareness classes. I did 9 months of treatment. I've done 600 hours of trainings and trauma-informed trainings, and I understand. So I don't shit on the fact that people are traumatized from the lifestyle. There are victims in my past, a long line of them. I had to write these things out, and
Make
do
your
this
amends.
work. I did my work. Have you? Just saying. You asking me for money. How many victims do you got? Have you called them up and dropped them off some dollar bills? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Especially when you're already coming at me with the criminal thinking era of extortion, thinking that you could put fear and be in the same sentence. Just because I'm not committing crime doesn't mean I'm scared. You understand me? So at the end of the day, this is like a good moment. It's a teaching moment.
It's a teaching moment.
It's a teaching moment.
It's a teaching
because I don't ever want to acknowledge anybody's real trauma and them seeking assistance, coming
Right.
to a peer, coming to Kalvin, coming to places that they house nothing but peers that will give you that support.
Right.
You know, we're not therapists, we're peer support. And there's places you could go if you really have trauma from your life in the past. But what you just did, it's not right. It doesn't feel authentic. It feels like you taking shots. It seems like I came across your screen and you're like, I don't like what he's doing, so I'm gonna send this message to Kalvin, who you wanted to relay it to me. Like the whole thing is just, you talk about being a man, you talk about morals. Check yourself. Check yourself. And now that I've laid where I stand on that, we can open the floor for jokes.
Right. I'm glad that we did this, man. That we could be transparent about the whole event. You know what I mean? And this is what this show is all about. This is what we are trying to achieve. We weren't trying to hide this from the public. We brought this out to the public.
Yeah, like I'm
You
at
know what
work.
I mean?
I still got I didn't even change. I ain't shaved. I ain't get ready for no cast.
Yeah.
You see, we got the loose mics
Right.
here.
I'm in shorts. Yeah.
We ain't in our normal setup.
Yeah,
I'm in my
yeah,
backyard. We got the camera. We did this in 5 minutes because
Right.
I got places to be. Kalvin got places
Right.
to be. But when he
Work.
sent this to me while I'm at work and I read it and then we start talking and I'm like, you know what? Like, this is legitimate content. This is proof that we are authentic and organic in
Right.
everything we're trying to do. Like, this isn't no game. Nobody's writing our script. This
Right.
isn't a show that has a group of writers. We don't have producers. This
And
is
cuts. You know what I mean?
This is real,
Right.
authentic
Take two.
communication. You know what I'm saying? We're family. My wife is on the show. This is all authentic. This is what happens, like in real life.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right. It's real life.
before he came over here, his kid thought it was a good idea to jump rope on the bed where there's a ceiling
With
fan.
the fan going. With the fan going.
He's like, I'll be there in less than 5 minutes. He showed me a picture, and it's the fan with the rope all tangled up in it.
And it's bad. It's bad. To the point where this might cost some money. I'm hot. Mind you,
Literally,
we're moving.
He hot. He broke the fan.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
On everything.
I see what you did there.
You know, I had to give baby girl some. I had to
Yeah,
pick her
yeah.
up when he came in. Like, it's okay. We all make mistakes.
She was in the back seat like.
She was looking so sad. I'm like, how you gonna have a female version of Kalvin's face
Yeah.
looking like that? He don't even never not smile. Like, come on, man. She's like,
Right.
yeah, okay. I'm like, it's okay.
B came and got her out the back seat. He was just like,
Yeah, come on.
come on.
Daddy's
on.
mad right now. He's hot.
Hey, B, so look. I'm like, Scarlett, hurry up. I hear, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh. She said, Daddy, I got it. Don't come back here. I got it. And as I'm walking back there, right? So I just stop in the middle of my steps and I say, okay. Whatever just happened, I know she's okay because she called out to me. And B, she's trying to fix whatever she just did before I get there. So I stop, I turn around, I finish getting ready. You know, now I'm like, hey, we gotta go. Finally, I gotta go back there, and this rope is tangled every which way around one fan. I had dust in my hair because I'm have to take it apart, man. And mind you, we're moving. We just gave some more people several $1,000s. You know what I mean? And the whole time I'm thinking, is this going to be another $500? Because we're cool with the people that we live at now.
Yeah, you don't want to leave the house.
Come on, we don't want to tear our stuff
We want
up.
to leave on good terms, man. Like,
Exactly.
it's the
They
path.
do us. Yeah.
It's the path that we're now in. Like, everything matters.
Everything matters.
Authenticity, doing good business, leaving a house, you know, the way you moved in.
Right.
Like that stuff matters. Like when you're
Right.
grown and you have morals. You understand me?
Right. It matters.
And
It
I
matters.
paid you $1.
Hey, you know what? I will say one more thing though. I did get the last message. I'm not mad at him one bit. No rules in the game. That's why I retired from that shit.
Okay, but how long after that did he retire? Did it traumatize him and he quit that day when we were 14 years old?
Would that change things? Would that change things? Honestly, think about that for a second.
It would not change things if he still approached it the way he did. The apology is still
Right.
forthcoming. It's done. It's over with. It happened. If you're watching, you got that. You're not getting any money, and you do need some skill building in your communication and in the way that you want to go about getting amends from people that you feel wronged you in the past. You understand? So, you know, take it for what it is. You know, take the lesson for what it is. I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? To me, this was an opportunity to address something similar. If something were to come up like this, when people have these thoughts in their head that this is okay, it's not. It's not okay. Because what would be traumatizing if you came on the podcast and explained to the viewers why you sent that message the way you did. That might be traumatizing. People are attacking you, and if you read all the messages on my post, that might be traumatizing to you because you did it to yourself. You talk about being a man, you talk about morals. I am an open book. Anybody that's ever wanted to contact me could message me, call me. My phone number's online. I'm a public figure. My Facebook's always open, and it's attached to my hip. It's on my phone. I have no problem addressing my accountability for anything I've done to anyone.
As you are now.
I have no problem with that. And it is what it is. So those of you that want to continue watching, we're going to go in. We got some stuff that hit the email and the YouTube we're going to talk about. And it'll be on the actual show, episode 6. So the live portion of this episode.
Thank you guys for your support.
For sure. So, here we go.
Yes. Back again, back again, back again. Okay.
Yay.
Hey, so I want to address somebody. Hold on, let me
Find
pull
it,
up.
find it.
Yes,
Good.
yes. I've been waiting to address this. Hold on. Mind you, I must say, I'm gonna read the messages. This is from a message left on our YouTube channel. Momma D. Momma D.
Love.
I hope your day is going well and your weekend goes even better. I'm going to read your message and then we're going to reply to you. Momma D. Hi guys. First, I'm really enjoying watching. I appreciate you being vulnerable with discussing addiction and recovery. Kalvin, I am so proud of you and happy to see you thriving. The episode talking about Lacey Walmart makes me smile because I worked there for a second in 2014. Now, on that new Washington legislation, it's crazy. I'm so thankful that in 1998, adults pressured me into that direction when I decided I only wanted the blue clothing. Adults didn't put their agendas on us then. I was allowed to be tomboy during a normal phase. For children with a more complex gender identity crisis, I think that should require an extended counseling period. They put more effort into gastric bypass approval. They do. I didn't catch that the first time around, Momma D. They do. I am a mother of 2 teen boys. We have already discussed many of these things. No lifelong choices before 18. No marriage, tattoos, drinking, or drugs, to include hormones or reassignment surgeries. My new hashtag tomboy.
Nice. Momma D, first of all, I personally want to give a shout out.
Yes.
And thank you for your support. And thank you for commenting and responding to our call out to send messages and feedback.
Right.
Because as you can see, here we are, we're addressing it.
Directly.
Yeah, directly, for sure.
Yes.
Thank you, because I think that more parents should have those conversations with their kids. I'm a firm believer. My older kids that are out the house, we used to have family meetings. And believe it or not, as corny as it may sound to some of you, it works.
Yeah.
It's helpful to have a forum inside the home where the kids and the parents are safe discussing whatever.
Right.
Coming to agreements, making house rules, whether it's a chores cycle, how people are doing with their friends in school,
right?
Teachers, just giving your kids an unfiltered outlet,
right?
And I have older kids that come and tell me that they remember these specific things about me. They might not remember when I was in the game and I thought, oh, I'm buying this or buying that. They don't bring that stuff up at all. What they remember is the family trips, the family meetings, the one-on-ones. Like if you have multiple kids, one thing that I do is I put on the calendar like a day with my daughter, just me and her on this day, and another day with just me and my son. My wife would do just then, just then.
And the house knows.
And that's what's going on.
Right.
So when it's day with dad, then if you have, your spouse living with you and you have multiple kids, then they can take on the other kid, and then the next time it comes around, do the other kids,
Right.
And my son, that's 19 now, he is such a good kid, I'm just super proud of him.
He is.
Yeah, and he's open with his communication, and he constantly tells me the things that stood out to him about my parenting have nothing to do with my financial status during his childhood.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm honored and blessed, but I always tell people that I believe my son is the version of me if I never got in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, when you guys came to my work that day, I haven't seen him since he was, I've seen him online, you know what I mean? But to see him in person and to see how well-spoken he was, the way he carried himself, very confident, I was like, okay, I could see in him how a parent could be proud of him.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Definitely. And my son is like, I'm just doing something like, you guys seen the pictures of my car. I got a cool, it's a 07 Chrysler. It's got the custom grill and lights and all that. And it suits me and it fits me. But at the end of the day, like, my son has a Suburban. It's a little bit older than mine, a little bit more miles. But I threw it out there like, son, we could trade straight across. Like, it makes sense.
Right.
And my son jumped on it. And so next week, we're trading. Bro, that's my son. I love him. Like, that's nothing. I would rather see him at 19 and the type of whip that I'm driving now, and have me in something that's more practical.
That can fit
I got
the
2
family
grandbabies, bro. My daughter just almost had a water break scare today. I have my 2nd grandbaby on the way. I would rather, and it makes more sense, and my son believes it, obviously it makes more sense, for me to have the 3 rows with the DVD player.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? The bigger for the whole family. Like, we got the business, the Red Merchant.
I didn't know this.
We need the space. Yeah. It's, it's me and my son, man. We talk regularly.
Right. Interesting. Hey, I like, I agree with, the family coming together and that time to have free reign, to have the ability to bring up an issue to the family without any repercussions. You know what I mean? That's important. I think that's something that I need to be better about implementing in my own household. I know sometimes I don't go crazy on my kids or nothing like that. But in the moment, I can get a little bit upset about things.
And your voice is already deep. So,
right.
So imagine, like, from a trauma-informed perspective.
Right.
Hey, look. You know what I'm saying? And the kids is like, And at that point, it doesn't even matter what you say because the experience is the feeling that they get when you're towering and your voice is deep and raised.
Right.
And you're angry and you have girls.
And they know that I'm upset.
Yeah. Bro, and my girls have told me a lot. Like, they're like, Dad, like, you never yelled at us. You never spanked us. But when your voice went up a little bit, we knew we fucked up.
We knew we fucked up.
And we would get right. You know what I'm saying? And I pride myself in that because it shows. My daughters we're all close. We have
you guys are.
We have a text that's me and all the older kids. It's a group chat, so we always check in, send each other selfies and stuff like that. Oh, another fun thing I used to do with my kids, right? So they be fighting, talking crazy to each other. I'll be like, you know what? Check it out. This is parental guidance only. you're gonna get a few minutes, you're gonna get a few minutes,
Right.
and you get all of it out.
Get it all out.
You can curse, you can do whatever, and whoever's the funniest,
Yeah.
whoever's got the craziest, they wins and it's done.
Yeah.
And these kids be like, you stupid mother, beep, beep, you smelly, crap-faced monster booger, and bro, they would do it. Then the next one would go, and they would just go at it. But it's like, it was therapy,
Right.
and it was parental guided.
Right.
Then it would stop.
And we're done with it.
It's over.
And we're done with it.
It's over.
Right.
And it worked. And they remember that. And they look back on it like, damn, I didn't realize what you was doing, but like, that's crazy. That's cool. You used to do that and have us do that.
Right.
I would referee and I would let them curse and everything. Like,
Right.
But it would be, parental, do not try this at home.
Right.
This is right here. It's not going nowhere else.
Yeah.
This is for us.
And then afterwards, we're done.
Yeah, it's like,
and then go back to playing like siblings.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And they would. They'd get out their system and they'd be laughing by the end of it. All of us would be laughing and whatever, and it'd be over.
And that's healthy too.
It is.
Because you get rid of those resentments. You know what I mean? That's healthy stuff.
But it also instills a more subtle message that,
not everything's that serious.
Exactly. Anything with your family can be worked through.
Anything.
It can be worked
anything.
through. Laughter is key. We can joke about things that are traumatic. We can joke about, things that we probably shouldn't joke about. I'm sure in the beginning of COVID, people weren't really cracking jokes about COVID, but now you start watching these comedians over the last couple of years. There's a COVID punchline in every comedian's act since halfway through COVID.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like they started making light of it because laughter is good therapy.
Yes, sir.
It's good therapy.
I do want to clean one thing up real quick, just so the public doesn't think I'm just some monster. Back to the story, kind of with Scarlett. Yes, when I initially saw the fan, I was upset, but you know what? How it ended? She said, "My bad, Dad," and that was the end of it. All right, let's go. Let's get in the car. I'm more of a right then, right now. What did you do? And then I'm over it extremely fast. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what can you do? I can't change it back. And this goes with anything in life. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's done. It's over with. How can we get over this hurdle and move on to the next thing? A lot of, especially in my addiction, I wasted so much time harping over things and holding on to things. And at this phase in my life, I don't want to have resentments. I don't want to be thinking about things from the past. I want to forgive myself. I want to forgive Tiff. I want to forgive beefs I've had in the past. I want to make my amends. I want to apologize. I want to be able to, you know what I mean?
De-escalation in a lot of ways, a lot of scenarios can start with accountability.
Right.
Somebody comes at me attacking me for something I already had done. All right, and you're and I'm like, you know what? You're right. I did those things, but I do not identify as those things.
Right.
Those things happen. That past is the past.
Can't change it.
But I do acknowledge your feelings. I do acknowledge, and I accept accountability for my past transgressions. But I'm not going to let you hold me in your shackles of guilt because you want me to keep reliving this accountability over and over and over. I'm not doing it.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. Exactly. You holding on to something I let go that I did makes no sense to me. You can have it though if you want.
Right. So can I ask you a question?
No.
In this situation,
boundaries, Kalvin.
Boundaries. No means no. My mom always say that. When a girl says no, she means no. Don't ever be that guy. No means no.
Yeah, I'm out of there.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
There's been so many times when I was young and the girl would be like, well, I don't know.